For this video here, I'm going to be telling y'all a story where I didn't think I was going to make it home from prison. Where I felt like my life was on the line, to where I had to sleep with one eye open, ears to the compound, hear every single thing that's going on, and pray to God that I can make it home.
Well, hold down, man. Suitcase this, my cell phone and my charger. Don't walk with a limp. Get it knocked off or missing, you gon' get it. Next time I see you, you gon' leave airlifted.
What's up, y'all? You already know, man. Kfrogtv back in the building. Y'all go ahead and hit that like, subscribe button, and make sure you hit the notification bell so you can see it first. First things forward, I want to say thank you to all my new subscribers and everybody that continues to support my channel. I appreciate it to the fullest, and we only growing slowly but surely. We getting there. Now, for this video here, I know y'all like real stories, so I'm going to be breaking it down to y'all and giving y'all a real situation that I found myself in that I didn't plan on getting in, and it just happened like that. Okay? Through the mix of this situation, I ended up getting someone's cell phone knocked off. All right? For those that don't know what that means that their phone was slayed. Okay? Which another way to say it is taken by the police, by the COs, the correctional officers. They found someone's cell phone because of me. Okay? Now, it kind of like was my fault, but it kind of wasn't my fault. Now, in prison, there's certain things you can do that lead the officers to come into your dorm and find people's shit, you know? And that can put you in a bad situation because you either got to replace it or you're going to pay for it. And you may be paying for it with your life, okay? People aren't, you know, taking shit nicely in there. People ain't got patience, you know? People hear every excuse in the world. People don't want to deal with it. Just like J.G. Wentworth, it's their money and they want it now. Okay? Now, this situation, though, was totally different, though. It was kind of like that, but it wasn't like that. Me, personally, I didn't do anything to get the police into the dorm, you know, to find someone's shit. Like, I didn't cause attention. You know, people get in fights. People get in arguments. People run from the police on the compound and will run into a dorm and make the you know, it brings heat into the dorm, and people's shit gets knocked off like that on a day-to-day basis. Well, this one was kind of different. What it was is, I had a homeboy that worked outside the gate at the time. He was on DOT, which is Department of Transportation. He was on the work squad. So when he went outside the gate, you know, he had a jack, and he left the jack with somebody, okay, while he was at work. When he left the cell phone with someone while he was at work, that person decided to go somewhere across the compound. So they came up to me and was like, hey, I said, go ahead, stick it right there in that boot. You feel me? I said, go ahead, put it right there. They were like, all right, because I was already on my jack. You feel me? I'm like, just put it right there. I'll keep an eye on it. You know what I'm saying? Well, next thing you know, I had a homeboy that was trying to get on the phone to his peoples. So since I'm in the middle of something, I'm like, yeah, fuck it, here, you go ahead. I'll let him get on my dog shit. Well, the police come inside the dorm, and they find my other homeboy on the cell phone. They cuff him up. They put him in handcuffs. They walk him into the laundry room like he's going to confinement. The whole time he's looking at me from back there in the laundry room in handcuffs. I'm sitting there by the water fountain looking at him like this, like, dang, he got caught with these people's shit. You know what I'm saying? But really, it's like a chain of reaction, because it really goes to the person who he left it to. Then he's going to come at me, and then I'm looking at him, you know, so it's like a chain of reaction. So I played a part in it. So the whole time I'm looking, I'm like, damn. But if he goes to confinement for it, he'd be straight, you know, because he took the rat, he went to confinement and shit like that. Sometimes people still want that money. Sometimes they look at it like, it is what it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? I played. That's how they would look at it. But the officer literally slayed the phone and didn't even take him to confinement. Put him back, let him come out of the laundry room and let him go, because he was sleeping in a stolen bunk, which means it was a bando. It was an abandoned bunk that he put his mat there. So that bunk wasn't even in his name. So even though his mat and everything was there, he could still say, that ain't my bunk. And technically, when they get down into the DR process, when they bring him to, you know, hold him accountable for it, it's going to show that he was not assigned to that bunk. You feel me? So they took the phone. Now he's still in the dorm. So I figure, all right, you know what? I'm going to end up, throwing in a little portion towards a phone for these people. You feel me? That's how I was thinking. Like, it ain't all my fault. I'm not paying for the whole phone. You feel me? That's how I'm looking at it. Even though I was the last person they left it, and then they didn't know I was letting him use it. You know what I'm saying? So I figured the person who left me the phone, they could throw in a chunk, and the person who got caught with it could throw in a chunk. And then I'll throw in a chunk. All three of us, and we'll get bruh's phone back. Which was really nothing because I fucked with the person whose phone it originally was. You know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, the dudes who he left the phone to originally, they come at me like, oh, you owe him a phone. I'm like, what you mean? I said, yeah, I'll throw down on it. I said, I'll give y'all $150 PayPal. You can get a phone anywhere from $400, $500, $600. So I said, should I give you $150 PayPal, $200 PayPal, like around there or whatever. Next thing you know, they talking about they ain't throwing down on it. So they go and holler at the dude who left them the phone. And he come up talking about, oh, I don't want no PayPal. I want a phone. Right? So the person who got the shit knocked off, which was my homeboy Psycho, he ended up saying he'll throw down $200 also. So I got into it with these people they were Haitians, but they weren't affiliated. You feel me? They were ICN, you feel me? They were Haitians, but they weren't like a ZMF, a gang member Haitian. You know what I'm saying? So they thought that they could put down and try to muscle me and him to come up with a phone. Man, I told him, look, bro, I already was being kind, bro, by saying I'll throw 200 down. Because at the end of the day, I shouldn't have had the phone in the fucking first place. You left it to them. But since all three of y'all are Haitians, you think you finna come up to me and I got that check and I got a phone. Y'all think y'all finna, oh, I want a phone. So I'm like, man, you gonna have to, I'm about to say fuck it and then just take the $200 PayPal off the fucking, you know what I'm saying? Off the line. And I ain't gonna throw in shit. That's how I was, because I started getting aggravated about it. So, they were talking and shit or whatever in Creole. One of them talking all crazy. I seen him, he walked over there to the locker, opened his locker, pulled a poker out and all this other shit. So at the same time, I got a jack. I'm protecting my jack with my life. I always said I would go to see him about my jack. Yeah, they jack got knocked off. You feel me? But I'm not giving my jack up. Straight up. I feel like, bitch, three of us participating in this phone getting knocked off. Boy, someone gonna throw down too. It's gonna be the one who got caught with it, which he was down. He said he got 200 too. So that was 400 right there just between us two. But the other two of his homeboys that he left the phone to, they always went somewhere in a pair. They always, the person he left the phone with always had a homeboy with him, and they were Haitians. They both always went everywhere together, too deep. You feel me? So I figured, shit, now they come up with a $200 PayPal. That's $600. Get you a phone. They wasn't having it. So you know what? My phone, I postponed it for like a good, I wasn't even taking them serious. I'm like, man, fuck it. It is what it is. Y'all want to rock out, then we can rock out. So next thing you know, the phone I have, the charger, the bottom of the phone, man, it's like it ended up breaking, right? So I'm like, I need a new phone. So I get me a new phone like this. Literally had 7 of them come in the gate on one particular time. Not me, someone did. You feel me? I'm not gonna say I did. You feel me? You know how the world works. But anyways, 7 of them just hit the compound. So I get me one. Boop, 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 boop. Buy one and everything. They come up to me. Hey, man, we feel like you trying to get over on our homeboy. And I said, look, I ain't trying to get over on nobody. I offered y'all $200 PayPal, bro. Like, that's simple, bro. Y'all thinking y'all getting a phone about me, it ain't happening. Like, straight up. Y'all thinking you're getting a brand new phone out of me, bro. It isn't happening. Y'all didn't want to take the damn $200 PayPal. Now y'all been sick, walking around here a couple weeks with no jack, no way to make plays and moves, or none of that shit. You feel me? And like I said, it wasn't all really my fault. Because I was on the jack. He came, he didn't have no one to leave the phone to as he went to leave the dorm. I said, just stick it right there in that boot. So he stuck it in a boot, a pair of boots that was under this bunk right there. I said, just stick it right there. Someone came up, and I said, yeah, go ahead, get on that one. And my dog Psycho, was cool with the person whose phone it was too. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was like a phone that, like, the dude who owned it, he let everyone in the dorm use it. So it wasn't like an issue. It wasn't like it was a secret. Like, my phone was my jack. You're going to have to pay me $3 for 15 minutes, a pack of batteries. that phone there, he always let different people hold it, you know, so that way they can use it as long as they hold it, and then he go to work. He ain't got to worry about it, you know what I'm saying? And then they didn't want to take the money. So I felt like I wasn't wrong. But my damn patience was weighing thin. So when they came at me, you know, trying to say something, the day I just got a brand new, what was it? Alcatel was the name of the phone I got. I got a brand new Alcatel. You know what I'm saying? A surfboard. It was a slider. You know what I'm saying? And they came up there talking about, oh, my homeboy feel like you playing him, this and that. If you were going to rob him, you should have just said you was going to rob him. And I'm like, what? So I slide with my knife over to the other side because the person whose phone it was, he moved to the other side of the dorm. Like we had D1 and D2. He moved to the other side. So I grabbed my knife, slid over there and hollered at him like straight direct. Was like, look, bro, I ain't never was going to rob you for no phone. You feel me? I told y'all I had a $200 PayPal. You know what I'm saying? And then the other person had a $200 PayPal. That's $400. The people you left the phone for got to cough that shit up too. You ain't finna just try me and my homeboy. That shit don't work like that. So then I said, fuck it. I bought my own phone, but my money never ran out. I still could have gave them the PayPal, but they were refusing to take the PayPal. That was the thing. They thought they were going to muscle a new phone out of me, and it wasn't happening. So within the next couple days, you know, as they're walking around the dorm together, walking around the rec yards and shit, I peeped the energy was bad. The energy was off. You feel me? So now I'm paranoid. You know, I'm sleeping with fucking one eye open. I got my face covered up so no one could cut my face open. But I'm like awake. Even though I'm sleeping, I'm basically resting. You know what I'm saying? All that. Like I got my ears to the compound, hearing every single thing that's going on, thinking I'm finna get wet over this cell phone. And it's like I'm trying to pay these people a portion of the money. You feel me? Even if we would have came up with the whole 600, they didn't want the 600. They wanted the cell phone. So I felt like, bro, now they being greedy, bro. I felt like now y'all trying to take advantage, bro. Y'all trying to get all the work done for you. You feel me? Because now you got the money, it's going to be hard for you to go around and find a cell phone. Or one that you can trust the person. Or you don't want to go around. They don't want people to know they have a phone. So they don't want to go around and get the phone. Instead, they want us to get the money, get the cell phones, and then go around and get the cell phone and then bring it to them. You feel me? Which I was a plug on cell phones. So it was basically like all they had to do was give me $400 and I would have gave them a phone. I would have got them a phone for $400. That would have been the $200 from my homeboy Psycho and the $200 they coughed up. And then my $200 I would have just kept because it would have been, I still would have got them a phone. You know what I'm saying? So, but they didn't want to do that. They didn't want to cough up no money. You feel me? I felt like there was more on some shit like they didn't like that I was white and had my own phone. They felt like since they shit got knocked off, I owed them one. Like if I was just going to give them the one I had, here you go, like that. And it wasn't happening. So I put my life on the line with this shit. I had people come and holler at me that were gang members, that were Zoes, ZMF. They came and hollered at me straight up because, you know, they were Haitians, but they were affiliated Haitians. Man, they came and hollered at me, bro, and told me it ain't nothing. They were like, it ain't nothing, fraud. We fought with you the long way, boy. Even though they ICN, they Zoes and all that shit. But at the same time, boy, you ain't did nothing wrong. Like, straight up, boy, we fought with you, bro. It ain't nothing, bro. Fuck what they talking about. So me, I told them, well, I'll fight the dude whose phone it is a head up. You feel me? I said, I'll shoot him a head up. The one whose phone it is. Next thing you know, the other two dudes want to fight me also. So now all three of them want to fight me. You feel me? Well, the dude whose phone it is, he ain't even want to fight. He wasn't on that. He just wanted a phone. He was drama free. But as soon as the other two want to fight me, now he want to fight me too. So now all three of them want to fight me. You feel me? They don't even want to fight the person whose phone, who got their phone knocked off. They want to fight Frog. You feel what I'm saying? So now I'm looking at it like, okay, they're trying to ruin what I got going on. Now they're trying to make it like we got this big ass beef and shit, really, so I risk getting my phone knocked off. Or something, you know what I'm saying? So the Haitians, they stepped up, the Zoes, and told them, hey, look, ICN, this shit ain't got nothing to do with y'all, really. Y'all want to fight Fraud because y'all wrong for leaving the phone when he was on his phone. Y'all wrong for leaving the phone there and it got knocked off. So y'all want to fight Frog over that. When really, who's supposed to fight Frog is the person whose phone it is if he feels some type of way. And I'm telling him I want to grid him then. I'll grid him. That's simple. I said I'll grid him and still give him the $200 PayPal. I just don't want to hear about it no more. He didn't want that. He wanted a new phone. So a bunch of different gang members, gangs and shit came down there. The Haitians came down there like, oh, we're going to eat them. Oh, y'all ain't going to eat them. Oh, this and that. I bet y'all don't eat them. We going to back them, this and that. It was like a big-ass meeting over this whole situation. And it was like Frog trying to pay these people for his little portion. I didn't even touch the phone. Tell me that ain't some shit. It literally happened in like 7 minutes. The person who left the phone, I said, go ahead, stick it right there on the boot. The person who left the phone, bro, didn't even make it to where he was going, bro, before the phone got knocked off. I didn't even touch the phone. That was just me being, you know, kindness out of my heart. I said, fuck it, I'll throw down a portion of it. But then they felt like they gonna get the whole thing from me, you know? And it was a tricky situation because through it all, the person whose phone it was, he was really pussy. He didn't want to fight, bro. He had goals in his mouth and all, bald head, big old Rick Ross beard. You feel me? Black dude, you know what I'm saying? I forgot where he was from. But he wasn't really about to push that issue over the phone. He was letting them other two Haitians get in his head. They felt like they could get a new phone out of it. And they didn't want to look like they were wrong for leaving it with me. And they didn't want to cough up the money. So they tried to team up on me. That's basically what it was. So he didn't want to fight. You know what I'm saying? So I say, fuck it then. I'll fight the other two dudes if I have to. We can fight the other two dudes. Fuck it, why not? As long as they don't jump me. So now there's a big old conversation going on. Like, oh, y'all gonna fight them and shit. It's a one-on-one and all this different shit. They don't even end up fighting me. I don't even get in a fight with these dudes, bro, throughout this whole situation. It was like just a bunch of gossip. But at the same time, they're telling people, nah, I don't want to fight them. I'm going to wet them. I'm going to wet them. What do you mean? But when I wanted to fight the person who owned the phone, y'all said y'all want to fight me too. Now that he don't want to fight, that I can fight y'all one-on-one, and I got someone here that's going to make sure y'all don't jump me, because that was probably what their intentions was over this damn cell phone, was to jump me. You feel me? Now y'all don't want to fight. But y'all want to talk about knives and shit and go and holler at the person who's selling metal. Like word don't get around real quick. People come and telling me, hey, such and such just went and hollered at such and such for a piece of metal. You know, such and such just went down there to the masonry class and was trying to get a piece of rock to make the metal. You know, like I hear all this different shit and I'm like, okay. So I'm on my P's and Q's. I'm dead ass set on getting wet over this situation because I felt like I wasn't the one in the wrong, which I played part in it. So I covered my portion. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I was like, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of other people, to get out of situations or to avoid the drama or to just curl and total and all, they would have been like, all right, and got him a whole phone and everything just to make it go down. But me, I got pride. I didn't owe them people $600. Straight up. I didn't owe them something that was worth $600. You feel me? I only owed them, I'm giving them $200 for not even touching the phone, bro. I'm like this on my phone, bro. But you know what I'm saying? And this turned into a tricky ass situation, bro. Because like I said, I thought I was going to get wet over this whole situation. So what ended up happening was, later on down the line, this is like a 2.5 month situation. It drags. It just keeps on dragging, like, to where, like, you know, I'm on my P's and Q's. You feel me? The other dude, he would try to holler at me one-on-one, like, oh, so what, y'all come across a phone yet? And I'm like, bro, I keep telling you, bro, I'm not getting y'all phone. I ain't getting y'all phone. Like, that's simple, bro. Y'all, you keep acting like you waiting on a fucking dream. You know what I'm saying? Like, it isn't happening, bro. You feel me? Because this is the dude who owned the phone initially. The two dudes who put the phone where I was at, them two dudes were telling him, don't worry about it. We're going to get a phone from him. We're going to get a phone from him. And it wasn't happening. They thought shit was sweet. And it wasn't happening. They were better off trying to wet me over the situation. But you best believe, being in prison, being surrounded by all these different cultures and different, you know, gangs and nations and shit, I swore I was going to get wet behind this. And I didn't. Thank God. Because in my mind, I was thinking like, boy, I might not make it to my family over this whole situation right here, though. Like over this shit. And I'm not wrong, bro. That's what I kept telling myself. Like straight up, bro. I'm coming out the pocket $200, bro, for a phone I didn't even touch, bro. That all I did was say, put right there in the boot. That's all I said. You feel me? I felt like I was more than generous. That's how I look at it, dog. But in prison, so much things go on, bro. So many different things to where you could get put in a situation, bro, that you ain't even plan on, bro. Like you didn't even see it coming, bro. It just happens like this. You can get in an argument with someone and be dead ass right. Y'all can bet on a football game Say y'all bet on a football game, right? You could bet on 2 football games. Say the first football game you lose, you pay the person. The second football game they lose, they don't want to pay you, so you get in a fight over the shit. You paid him, he don't want to pay you, so you get in a fight over it. Next thing you know, the police come rushing in the dorm. They go to looking at the camera to see what really happened, because now they got cameras in prison. They didn't have them when I first came to prison. My first 2.5 years, there was no cameras. You feel me? But then they'll rewind the cameras to see the whole incident go down. And then throughout them rewinding the whole cameras, they'll see some suspicious shit and go look and find phones or knives. Or even without rewinding the cameras, they'll just come in and flip the whole dorm and find knives and phones due to the whole situation. Now, you basically owe these people shit. And they don't care if you're right or wrong. You were sticking up for yourself because this dude robbed you, basically. He tried to get over on you. Now you're put in a whole situation when you're going to rock with what you feel like's right. Fighting that man is right. Why? Because he owes you. Why else? Because you paid him first on the first game. So it shows like, yeah, I'm going to pay you, but he didn't want to pay you back. You feel me? And then you get yourself put in a situation because this shit gets knocked off like that. It's just crazy. You know, like for instance, if someone goes to confinement, right? Check this out. If someone goes to confinement in prison for a cell phone, right? And the officers know he had a cell phone. The officers know it all. They found the cell phone, not on him, but they know it was his phone, the whole 9. As an inmate, you are not supposed to be walking around the compound talking about his phone. He had this phone, his had this phone, and it makes it okay because the officers knew that already? No. You see what I'm saying? Just because the officers know he had a phone and he's in confinement facing the DR of possession of a cell phone, and the police knows he had a phone, doesn't give another inmate the right to talk about it out loud and spread it around. Just like it don't give people the right to make videos and shit speaking on people who are fighting open murder cases. On the streets, I'm speaking. You feel me? It's the same shit. If they want to do that as an inmate in prison, speaking on someone that gets a cell phone knocked off because it's considered snitching, whether the police know it or not, what gives them the okay to make videos on the streets about people who are facing murder charges just because the police know about the murder charge already? You feel me? Like they want to dare to carry themselves like that in prison, but people will carry themselves on the streets and act like it's normal. You feel me? So prison and the streets are 2 different things, but at the same time, it's still surrounded by evil and violence that can come from mistakes that people make. You know? Like, if me and you were walking across the compound, next thing you know, someone runs by and snatches your canteen bag and takes off running. And he runs all the way to a dorm and makes it like any dorm he sees to where the doors pop, to where he can get in it, to try to outrun you, me, or the police. Next thing you know, them police come hit that dorm. Right? They come hit that dorm, find cell phones and everything. You know who them gang members and the people whose phones they're gonna feel like it's their fault? The person who ran in there that brought the police in there and us. Why? Because I chased them and you ran after your canteen bag. They still gonna look at it like, boy, you owe us cell phones. There might be a hit on your head and you don't even know about it. All because you chased this man down about your shit. That's how dangerous and greedy and scummy and grimy prison is. People get left in that water in situations that they don't even plan on. And me, I felt like I was going to get stabbed over a situation over a phone that literally, it just happened. Like when he came to ask me to get on the phone, I said, what's his name? Shit's right there. And he got on there. He knew the passcode to get in it and all because he's used it before. And like I said, that was a phone that they let the whole dorm use. You feel me? It ain't like I took it out, turned it on, put the passcode in, gave it to him. I said, when he asked, hey, bro, I got to call my peoples. I said, what's his name? Shit right there in the boot. It was just such a normal thing. Every single day of the week, someone different's on it. He's been on it before. He knew the code, you know? But I felt like they thought they could get over on me. And I was willing to get wet up over that shit. That's simple. That's why when you're in prison, you got to learn to observe everything. Because things that you don't even see or even come across the knowledge of noticing, shit's right there in front of your face, man. It'd be the littlest things that you cannot see happening that will turn into such a big ass violent situation. Seen it happen multiple times. Someone could come to your dorm that you knew on the streets or that you knew from another institution or anything. They come to your dorm, your cousin, anybody, and want to sit there and smoke a cigarette with you in your dorm. They come in there, boom, 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 they roll up a cigarette, y'all sitting there talking, chopping it up, talking about shit on the streets or whatever it may be. Officer see smoke. Officer smell smoke or anything. Next thing you know, they come blitz the dorm. Boom. Or they wait till later that night. Do a shakedown. They can wait till 3 days later. Flip a dorm and find a cell phone and let that officer make the slick remark saying, oh yeah, over there in the cut of bunk 17 and bunk 18, there was people over there smoking 2 days ago. Let them make a slick remark like that. Everyone in that dorm is going to look at what bunk it is, and then they're going to remember someone seen the person who you had over there come over there that day. And then next thing you know, they're going to feel like you and that person owe them cell phones, owe them knives, owe them money, whatever it may be. And you weren't thinking nothing of it. People walk around smoking all the damn time in prison. There's nothing that you're thinking that's going to catch your attention. But it goes down like that. You know what I'm saying? Multiple times. This cell phone situation I'm telling y'all is just one that I felt like was one to tell y'all. I felt like I did the right thing and still was getting tried by it. You know what I'm saying? To show like and explain, even when you do put your pride to the side a little bit, people just get greedier and they want more. You feel me? I tried to make it to where, here you go, boom, I'll throw 200 in. Fuck it, why not? 246, there you go, there's your phone. But they wanted some other shit, you know what I'm saying? Then they felt some type of way when I got another phone and all that other shit, and let them know I still got the money. I still got you. It ain't like I spent their money, the 200 I had for them on the phone. You know what I'm saying? I was paying $15 for phones, selling them for $600. So I still had their money. You know what I'm saying? Just bring me 400. I'll give you one for the low. I'll give you one for 400. Like, that's a $200 off because that's my $200 that I would have put up. Just for me saying, oh, what's his name shit right there, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, but it just shows, bro. Some people just want more, and some people will see how much they can get out of someone. And people get wet on a day-to-day basis between this type of shit, even when they're in the right. That's why I don't condone in joining a gang. That's why I didn't join a gang, because I seen so much. I seen them eat their own kind, even when their own kind's right. That's just how they are. That's just... It's a dog-eat world. Dog-eat-dog world. That's it. Ain't nothing but werewolves and sheeps. You feel me? But anyways, man, like I said, this was a situation where I didn't even think I was going to make it home to my family, bro. Just the way it was going down. And y'all had to, like, be there to peep the energy. Energy doesn't lie, but sometimes it does. You feel me? This was one of them situations where the energy was there for a little while. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I couldn't wet them, because even though the Haitians were like rocking with me and fuck with me, they still were ICN, so they still like fought with them, even though they weren't gang members. They were blood Haitians though. They speak Creole. So it's like now I'd be going against the grain of the people that were cool with me by, you know what I'm saying, taking flight on these people. So all I could do was sit back and wait and be ready. If they slip, I'm a grip. If they try to come at me or something, then I got the right to give it to them. Because the Haitians, the gang members told them it ain't happening like that. So if they went against the Haitians' words and then I ended up, you know, coming out on top, then it would have been more respected on my end rather than them vouch for me and then them dudes fall back and then I take flight. You see, there's ways to do this shit. There's levels. You feel me? But like I said, this was a tricky ass situation, boy. I literally slept with my banger on me, bro. In prison, a lot of people don't sleep with knives on them, bro. They got them hidden everywhere. They're hidden in close areas. I slept with my banger on me, bro, for like 2 months. Got that shit brought to wreck every time. When I went to the shower, walked to the shower with that shit on my hip, the whole nine, bro. Like literally, bro. Showering with that banger on me, bro, with my boxers on, boy. Like for real. Just in case shit goes down, boy, I was war ready. I'd rather get caught without it and rather get caught with it and go to confinement than get caught without it and get wet up and not make it home to my kids and my family. All over a fuck-ass cell phone that I was willing to pay a portion of. You feel me? That shit crazy, boy. Prison ain't the way to go, and it definitely ain't the place to be, man. Anyways, I appreciate y'all watching this video. Y'all already know when I speak, I give y'all that real spill. I give you that real deal shit that you will see and that you will go through. If you ever land in prison in Florida, you will see anything I'm speaking on. You will be like, KFROG predicting the damn future. Because I'm telling you that real spill about how it is down here in Florida. I'm not watered down like these other channels. These other channels will tell you anything to make them look hard. Tell you anything to make them look like they did the hardest time. Tell you anything to make it look like they never got tried. They never got beat up. They never got someone tried to escort them. None of that shit. None of that. You feel me? That's how they all try to act like they're the biggest and baddest. Boy, coming out of Florida, Frog gonna give you that real spill. You gonna learn about prison for real on Kfrogtv. Not without a doubt in your mind. Believe that. But anyways, man, I appreciate y'all watching this video. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button on the way out if you ain't hit it on the way in. And you already know, man. Till next time, this Frog.